I actually listened to the podcast the other day. It surprisingly comes out just fine. Like, yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
High tech.
Hey, what's going on, KB Kale? It is time for the podcast. I am your host, CJ Cobra Kai, along with my co-host, Ben Hutnick.
Yeah!
Jason Cougar Huang.
Where's Bryson's? Come call up for him. Should we have missing person alert?
APB out for him. All right. And tonight's guest, Adam Known Bunter Mitchell.
Ahoy, hoy.
All right, we are coming to you live from the Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts. Come on down every Tuesday. Give us shit. $2.50, almost everything. We like to get drunk, so we do. It's fun. It's fun, except for Cougar, because he's a wet blanket.
I get drunk not by choice.
Yeah.
My wife has let me drinks and get rickrolled.
My wife lets me this week.
Lets you this week?
All right. Good for you, Adam. All right. So, this week's sponsor, we don't really have one, but we are going to talk about Just Food July Game of the Week. Look for the Just Food table near the food for sale and meet some of the fantastic people who feed our community each week. They'll be doing the usual kick the can contest during the 7th inning stretch. Look for Jackie and friends in the stands selling tickets. It's $1 for a ticket, $6 for $5, $12 for $10, and 25 tickets for $20. They take cash or Venmo. Just Food offers many services for those in need in Douglas County. If you have any canned goods, box food, diapers, greens from your garden, slightly used kitchen items, bring them to Game of the Week tonight or Sunday. If you're moving and want to get rid of your stuff, they will take it. No clothing, please. More info is found on the website, justfoodks.org, JUSTFOODKS.org. Let's fill those barrels with not just balls, but food and kitchenware for those in our community who can use it. There is a special KBKL contest going on. The team that donates the most this week, so what is the date on Sunday?
July 29th?
July 29th.
Yeah.
Hey.
July 29th. All right. The most that donates this Sunday, and it will be judged by the Just Food volunteers. The team will win a KBKL concert/pizza party. It's going to be Friday, August 17th, which is Black Joe Lewis. Holy crap, that is going to be a great show at the Bottleneck.
He's good.
Your team will have a $100 paid KBKL tab and a pizza party, and you also get a +1 for your whole team.
Not a bad prize.
Not a bad prize at all. Black Joe Lewis is going to be an amazing show. This is the one you would want to win. It's going to be great. Okay.
Who tried to kick the can this week?
It was Sam Beham. He got a repeat
Sam.
try.
Ah.
Yeah, and he failed.
He failed miserably.
Yeah, he did. He
Oh,
only bought,
really? He
wow,
bought one?
One ticket and he won? What a dick.
Well, he deserved to fail.
Yeah.
I've got like $150 in this thing. It's all gravy though, thanks to Riley.
Yeah. All right. So, shall we talk about some games?
Let's do it.
All right. July 22nd, Week 8. Well, Week 8.1. Really.
Yeah.
YSC 1, 5 p.m. Red Lion 2, Hertz Donut D-Holes 9.
Ouch.
Are you sure you don't have the score reversed?
No. That's
Oh.
what's written down, man.
I guess we got our asses kicked. I know.
Yeah. What happened there, Ben?
Well, let's let Alex go. You guys won.
No, you losers go first, bro.
I'm just giving out credits in this game.
Losers outs. They played a very smart game, and they had timely kicking and good defense. We cleaned up some of the errors that we had from last week, but we still had some minor
Clearly
ones
not
that they
enough.
took advantage of. Yeah, not enough. But our problem wasn't base runners; it was getting people in. So I think we loaded the bases a couple times and got nothing out of it. I think.
How many outs, though?
Zero.
Zero outs? You got nothing?
One of them, there was a cat. The third baseman caught a grounder, touched third, and then threw it and hit Massey in the back of the foot going home.
No.
So double play with runners on first and second at that point, and whoever else was up next just got out.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened the other time, but it was that kind of day.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun day for you guys. Go ahead, Alex.
Most of this game, I mean, this is just going to be shout outs for our team, but Amber Owens fucking killed it this week. She had 3 double plays.
MVP.
Yeah.
And she kicked really well.
Yeah, and she kicked
Like,
fucking
we rolled
solidly.
somebody over to bump block when she was up, and by the second time up, she got it and just fucking lasered it to short.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she got an RK out of it
Yeah,
too.
she got an RK out of that one and a double out of it. Steven Kauser also. Ari went down with her injury a couple weeks ago. Brian Iron Whiteman also has a quad injury. And Steven has stepped in as pitcher, and he's tall Kenny. He's very fast.
He is. He's got a. The errors that you guys had all came from him, though. But he
Yes.
also made some athletic speed plays that nobody else is making a pitcher besides maybe Kenny.
Yeah.
Like he got
he's
people
learning on
running
the
down the
fly.
first baseline that nobody else is getting. But he also had a couple like dip between his legs and fumbled the ball a little bit, just like growing pains. If he cleans that stuff up, he's going to be dynamite in that spot.
Ari had a triple early in the game.
Coming back for that ankle injury.
Yeah, I think she only kicked 1 time.
Oh, nice.
And she
So
got the
her
draw.
only kick was a triple.
Yeah,
So
good for her. Spencer, our first baseman, was just a fucking laser rocket. And every time that he got on base, it was like he was 1 to 3 with like 4 steps. He's got just fast. And Megan has been making some very, very smart defensive decisions on our team to talk Dover into making some adjustments.
Nice.
Just throughout the whole season, she's made suggestions for the lineup, made suggestions for our defense, and it's panned out very, very well thus far. So
I didn't even realize this until looking at it, but this kind of goes to show how D-Holes played a very smart game. Their 1 through 4 didn't score. All the runs came from
I
the
sucked.
second 2/3 of the lineup.
I could not kick anybody in to save my fucking life.
Not just throwing this out there. That's got to sting a little bit, like knowing that you shut out essentially their top 4, but you still lost and you got burned.
Yeah,
by kind
I
of the
don't know.
second half of the lineup.
I felt like we're about on par. We just didn't have a great day. I feel like we can maybe beat them next time. Maybe.
Okay.
And on the plus side, it sounds like you can finally get rid of Dover. So
Yeah. Exactly.
He shows up and he gives us energy and talks about loose buttholes and stuff.
The MVP for our team was
What else do
Neverby,
you need?
who gave Derek shit, repping first base to no end.
Oh my gosh.
As you should. Speaking of Derek, YSC 1, 7 p.m. Asteroid Head 9, Lucky Berry 13. Derek, you want to come and gloat?
Of course.
What's there to gloat about? Game went out, gave it 110%. Wanted it more
That's
than the other
impossible.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
No, it was a great game. It's amazing what happens when you have enough people and extra people and the right people in the right positions. We had 13. I had more people than I know what to do with. Sadly, like late in the 6th, I think we had to scratch Donnie. He pulled his quad. So he's going to be out for at least the next couple weeks. To rest up for the tournament.
Just give him the needle, man.
Yeah, right, pretty much.
Like
Demerol
he's Ivan
Donnie.
Drago, just give him the needle.
But I mean, as far as the game goes, Asteroid Head came out. I think they scored first. Like they put up 3 or something like that. I don't know.
No, they only scored 1 in the first.
Oh, did they? Oh, one. But I know Colin Ledbetter had a laser beam kick to right field. It was one of those low 10-foot sails right up, just burned our outfielders. But I picked up another new guy today or Sunday, and he had a great catch in right field and rocketed it all the way to me at third and stopped. To be fair, the runner didn't even try, but guy on second base didn't even tag up. You know, we would have got him out anyways. But shout out to Tia. She was probably the MVP of that game. I think she was 4 for 4. I think she had 4 RKIs and she scored at least once. She was
great.
crushing it. Yeah.
nice.
So, it was just a good game.
Okay.
Also, just a quick
Derek.
shout out to Lucky Berry, the way they played. The game seemed closer to me. When I left, I was surprised at the margin. But they played 6 gals and kicked gals in 5 spots out of 11, something like
I do
that.
believe, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lady Power.
Nice.
really impressive.
Good job, man. Okay.
Thanks, Derek.
YSC 2, 5 p.m. Muddy Waters Studio 25, Drop Stoppers 5. Wow.
Muddy just continues to toy with everybody in this in the threes.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later, but yeah, like I said during the
Week 6.
week 6,
Yeah.
I said that they're probably going to beat every team by 10 plus runs, and they are holding serve right
They're
now.
basically beating everybody by 20.
Yeah, it's
I
insane.
can't remember. I haven't looked at all the scores, but I think this is a hate fuck candidate.
Yes, one of two, I would say.
It's like a lazy hate fuck though. Like Muddy's rolled into bed drunk and was angry but didn't know what they were doing. Still won by 20.
Well, there's a note here about
Description.
Well, someone did a great job at Muddy Waters. Like Lucas had a 2-run home run in the first, and he had a grand slam in the sixth. He's on fire. Quote the notes on the there. So
He sounds terrible.
he sounds awful.
Yeah. I guess there are 3 hate fuck candidates because Jesus Christ. Next game, YSC 2, 7 p.m. Grandstand Glass Kickers 8, Rockets 32.
Oh my
Oh
god.
wow.
Jesus.
Kristen, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
gonna blame it all on Kevin. He had his worst game ever. He's off the team. It was all.
I'm just thinking about that dinosaur outfit.
Yeah.
You guys scored 8 though.
Yeah, we got 8. Yeah, we had the second inning was really horrific. Our defense kind of had a lot of mistakes, and then I think it got in people's heads, and it was kind of hard to recover from that. But I will say Rockets kicking was phenomenal. Like, they place kicked. It was the Rockets from the game of the week. Like, they were just placing it perfectly. Mm-hmm. Matt, their captain, got a home run, I think. And then Phil, and towards the end of the game, maybe 7th or 8th, he picked like a perfect kick on the line towards right. And it was a triple for him, and he scored a couple. So it was rough coming after the win from Leafy and then to that, but I think we're ready for late fees because we know where we made the errors and we know how to not make the errors again. So, but Rockets played phenomenal, and we got 8, so we'll take that.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice race.
It was a vintage performance by Phil of Wild Man.
I can't believe he went to right field.
Phil,
Who
what-
saw
what
that?
team? You gotta say
Yeah, I
it.
go right field. I didn't think
he's
Phil could do that.
He's still from Wild Man.
Exactly.
You gotta say it the correct way though.
What?
No, I don't. I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Take that and shove it up your ass.
YSC 3.
Oh,
5
real quick though, Rockets also kicked 5 gals.
Good.
5 for 11.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Nice. YSC 3, 5 p.m. Love Garden Squids 7, Lawrence Shirt Factory 16.
Yep.
I thought this would be a little bit closer, not gonna lie.
Well, according to Jake Friedman, it's all about the obstruction rules. Apparently, the 9-run difference there.
Yeah, apparently, but does anyone know what happened?
Yeah, that might be overselling it. I actually talked to Jake about this. So and he made clear that he didn't think that they would have won but for that obstruction.
Yeah.
But basically what happened is I haven't talked to Matt Cosgrove because he was the one that made the call. So I'm not 100% sure if he saw what he told Jake he saw or he just miscommunicated in the moment. But basically what happened is Jake kicked. He was running down to first. The throw was made to first. The first baseman bobbled it. And when he bobbled it into foul territory where Jake was running. And the way Jake described it, the ball and the first baseman collided with Jake at either exactly the same time or their legs collided first and then the ball hit him. Too close to call at best.
Yes.
And Cosgrove told Jake at the time that he was out because the first baseman had bobbled it into him as opposed to it being on a thrown ball. And there's no distinction there. And really, if it's not clearly the ball hitting the player first, if you're in foul territory, the player's safe.
Yeah.
But again, I haven't talked to Matt, so I don't know what he actually saw.
Okay. Katie?
So I didn't ref. Matt and Mikey ref from our team, but Diana and I were there, and there was a discussion and looking up of rules because of that. And the explanation that was given by both Thomas and Matt, that both saw the play at first, was that it wasn't bobbled, it was dropped, and he picked it up. So the throw now is negated because now he's picked up the ball and has thrown it to him.
If it's not kicked, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that was the discussion live on
Fair
the
enough.
field. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're standing there,
Defending my teammate.
yeah, and if you're standing there and you're holding the ball and you have control of it and the person runs into you, then that's not obstruction. But my understanding was that he didn't have control of it. Is that the first baseman hit Jake and the ball hit Jake separately but close at the same time. Yeah. And there was somebody on. They had 2 runners on. One of them scored maybe. The second one, I'm not sure if they ended up sending him back to third or. But whatever the case, it seemed like the game was or would have been tied. So it seemed like a kind of a swing moment. Again, he didn't say it would have made the ultimate difference, but it seemed
It did
harsh at the time.
It did deflate Love Garden quite a bit, I think, for sure.
So perhaps Shirt Factory would have still won, but maybe that's part of the reason it wasn't as close as CJ thought.
Okay. Okay.
Reffing is part of the game, though.
Yeah. Stay right there, Katie. We got YSC 3, 7 p.m. Ghosts 11. Reboot X 13. Go ahead. You want to talk about your game?
It was a great game. It was one of our more competitive games all year long. Reboot played great. They've got some great ladies that had some really nice kicks, out to the grass for that matter. Our defense is back, hopefully. We played a lot better this week and was hoping that we could pull this one out, but still a good game regardless. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thanks, Katie. YSC 4, 5 p.m. Brew Ballers 10. Leafy Greens 6. Leafy Greens played with 9. Brew Ballers took a second out on a batter because of an absence of said batter. What happened? Why was the person not there? And then apparently that person showed up and then kicked the grand slam.
The fuck?
That's really about all I had to say.
Okay. No, stay there, Tim. Tim,
They
come
put
on.
him in the lineup,
Tim, come on.
but he wasn't there for to kick.
I mean, they knew he was going to be late, so we put in. So they took the out in the first inning, and then he came in.
Did they? Let's see. So I assume that was in the top of the first that they took you out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then that was the difference in the game. His grand slam in the eighth.
Yes, the grand slam was the
So-
Yeah.
He's worth it.
Wisely played, I guess.
One, what position was the person in? Like what spot were they kicking in?
two
Second.
spot, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
3
oh,
spot.
it says second batter.
Second batter, yeah.
Second batter. Okay.
I think it is.
It would be Andrew. Yeah.
So did they
Yes.
take the 10 minutes, or did
Yeah,
they just
well,
start like straight up on time?
some of the referees were already kind of late.
No repetition,
Okay.
people, I hope.
No, it wasn't the repetition people.
Yeah, we saw Austin's post.
Oh, jeez.
And so like they were kind of already I guess could have
The 10 minutes were already used,
more,
essentially.
But yeah, essentially already used. And
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay, this makes more sense then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is
And
that
then-
all you got?
That I mean, yes.
Okay. Great, Tim. Thanks.
So Brew Ballers also kicked 5 ladies. So
Nice.
let that be a lesson to all of you. We got 3 teams,
Wow.
3 teams that kicked 5 ladies so far, and all of them won.
All right,
That's
Tim.
what we're doing wrong.
We're going to talk about your game here in a second. Actually, no. You can stay there for a second. YSC 4, 7 p.m. Johnny's Tavern, 21. Repetition Coffee, just 1 touchdown, 7. Adam.
We kicked the extra point, at least. Yeah, what, losers go first, so he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was Johnny's Tavern, they're for real. They're a good team, for sure.
That they are.
And we were getting our asses beat pretty good in the first few innings, and then we tried to make it a game. We let them know they were in a game, and I think it was like 13-6 or 13-7 in like the 6th inning. Mm-hmm. And then we decided to stop right there, and they kept going. So then it was 21-7 by the end.
Right.
But no, they got bunting down. I'll tell you that much. That was also, I'm sure Tim will back me up. That was the longest game I think I've ever played.
Really?
It was going on 2 hours.
Even with Sacred Sword, those
Yeah,
games?
I think so. I mean, in recent memory, anyway.
All
but
right.
yeah, it was a good. Bunting the bases loaded almost every inning. I think we got 1, 2, 3 on you like once or twice there when we were peaking, and then we fell apart, and you guys kept going. But yeah,
All right.
go for it, man.
Tim.
I really couldn't say anything much better. I mean, it was a really, really fun game. We did change a little bit stuff up on our offense and defense. We were down to only 3 girls, so we rotated them through on the defense because we thought they can all fill those locations. And then we did a lot of practice actually earlier on kicking and did a lot of bunt practice earlier that week to kind of hone in on that. So we just kind of capitalized on it, I guess.
Yeah, practicing.
Nice.
Who knew? That's the key.
Yeah.
I guess should maybe.
Who would have thought? Who would have
And
thought about
yeah, speaking of your ladies, man, that inning where we made it a game, and then the following inning, your lady got all the playing in between, or second base essentially. She got all 3
3
outs, and
And
that
not-
kind of like rocketed you guys up and kind of deflated us because
Yeah,
she
we're
just
not,
like
we're not talking about catch outs too. We're talking about fielding the ball
yeah,
and
she
throwing
made
to
plays.
first.
Yeah,
Nice.
She was
She's
awesome.
got a rocket on her.
Yeah, she was
Most
great.
of our girls have
And
got
she's
rockets
super
on her.
fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know her name. You should give her a shout out. She was
Yeah,
great.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie McDonald.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tim.
Quick note for our scorekeeper, Chris Bryant. I love you, but at the very bottom where you're tabulating the runs, where it says in parentheses inning/total, that doesn't mean put the inning that you're in. It means the number of runs in the inning.
What the hell?
Jesus, man.
Wow.
Because the innings are set out at the top, so you don't have to write
Oh,
1,
I
2,
see
3, 4,
it.
5,
I
6,
see it
7,
now
8,
because I'm
9
right
at the
next to
bottom.
you. But Jesus.
Is that from our game?
Yeah.
I think that was his very first time doing
the score
obviously,
sheet.
So yeah.
He's just verifying the inning at the bottom.
Yeah. We'll give him a break. I love Chris. He's trying.
All right. Holcomb Ride, 5 p.m. Ladybird Harpies, 6. John Denver Experience, 12. Anyone see that game?
Double up? No.
I
Any
mean,
notes? Any
I
notes?
didn't. No notes. I didn't see very much of this game. John Denver had already kind of put it away by the time I rolled up on my bike. But yeah,
Well,
that was
No, no
this
Grant.
was
He's
3-3
not here. Huh?
going into the 5th, I think.
I showed up later than that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they poured it on to the 5th through the
Yeah.
7th, it looks like.
I probably got there around the 6th.
They scored 9 runs in those 3 innings.
Yeah.
So tonight's Harpies like 0-3 in the twos. What's kind of funny is like some people out there, not me, said that hey, look at the Harpies. Maybe they make some noise in the twos.
Yeah.
I might make like 2, or someone said 3 wins. I thought she was nuts, but whatever.
Well, they look good, and they played. I mean, look.
No, I thought she was nuts.
Just put Diana on blast like that.
No, it wasn't Diana. It wasn't Diana. No, it wasn't her that said that.
Who
the
was it
Harpies?
Say the name.
She shall remain nameless.
Boo.
How many ladies have you had?
Katie.
on here this year?
It was Katie Keating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boo.
It was, yeah, but I'm just saying it's like Harpies, going to twos, first time in the twos is like
Yeah,
gosh,
I mean,
they're
there's,
so young.
there's definitely something to be said about
Yeah.
a team that really obviously has not been there before.
Yeah.
Playing against teams that are just as talented as them,
Yeah.
but they can't do it consistently.
Right,
So,
but to be fair,
yeah.
last year they were never in the threes, and what ended up happening, they won the threes.
Yeah,
So,
but I
they
think sometimes you're just going to get to a point where you
Right.
don't necessarily know how to game plan enough to win every game.
Yeah.
'Cause I think.
I guess based on the results, all I can think of is, and not that I want to give him bulletin board material or anything like that since we play him this week, but I think maybe the 1-point defeat of Asteroid Head might have told us more than the victory over a shorthanded Muddy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their victory over Asteroid Head by 1 might tell us more about the team than
Yeah.
Oh,
beating
okay,
Muddy
that makes
with it.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes
because I
sense,
mean,
yeah.
to bring up the game of the week too, that doesn't necessarily look good for them either.
Right.
So yeah. I would think that what you said rings true. Okay, is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Holcomb Wright, 7 p.m. Jackpot 21. Geezer's Good Neighbors 6. Although this technically was a forfeit.
Bryson's
and
not here.
Bryson, where are you at, buddy?
Very absent.
Mike.
Yeah. Mike, you want to come talk? Although Bryson
My
did
broadcast
message
partner.
me, and he asked me to say that if you look at the 3rd batter on Geezer's score sheet, that guy fucking sucks.
Jesus.
And the 3rd batter on Geezer's score sheet is Bryson.
What did he do? Did he go 0 for 4?
He was 0 for 4, looks like. Yeah.
Mike, what happened?
The other team played better than we did.
No, I know that. I was there.
There's no secret to winning or losing this game. We made more mistakes.
Like,
than they did.
it's more like, how did you not have a second ref?
In all honesty, I just didn't know the rule. So I'm glad it happened now rather than the playoffs. So actually,
Yeah, that would
it's my
definitely be
fault.
better.
It's totally my fault. No one else but me. So
Okay.
You know the way to play this is actually to blame Bryson for everything, because I heard that he was over there watching the Love Garden Lawrence Shirt Factory game, and he could have easily been over reffing.
and I knew that, and I could have put up a stink, but I just didn't see it. We had someone coming, and they kind of canceled last minute, and I could have rushed to find someone, but I didn't. But I came up here because I want to say one thing. I want to thank Adam. As a cute KVKL story, week 2, we were going to have to forfeit because we didn't have enough girls. And I posted on the website, and he called me personally and said, hey, we have too many girls. There's one girl who's going to play for us. But I said, hey, maybe she could play for you. And she's been playing for us the whole season. She brought another person, too, that played for us, and they're really cool people. And it's really helped us out. So thank you, Adam,
Oh, you're welcome,
for
man.
helping our team out. It really meant a lot.
No problem. Thanks, man.
And there was one moment where she was playing against Derek's team, And I told her, kick the ball like you hate it. And she turned to me and she said, I can't. I don't have any hate in my heart.
She couldn't have played for Sacred Sword back in the day. We always played with hate in our heart. Remember that?
That was the rule.
That was our
That
rule.
was like
yeah.
the mantra of the team: play with hate.
Yeah.
That might have been
Honestly.
like the most pleasantly
Riley?
saccharine story
Riley,
ever.
you want to come up and talk?
Sorry to make that happen here, guys. Thanks, Mike.
All
Riley's,
right.
Riley's good.
All right. I will say this about my team: we played with 10,
Kicked 4 ladies.
kicked 4 ladies the entire game, played with 4 ladies the entire game, and it was still that margin, 21-6. So
Yeah, Betsy
our
scored
ladies,
a 7th of those runs.
Yeah, like our ladies played kick ass the entire time. Riley totally missed a golden opportunity at a double play, but she decided to not throw it. Okay.
Now she wants to talk. Now she wants to talk. Uh-oh.
Way to go.
To be honest, I just didn't really think about it.
Oh, you had the arm strength. You
We
were there.
only had one out to go in the game, and
Yeah.
yeah, next time, this weekend, this Sunday.
Yeah. No, I mean, in typical jackpot fashion, we totally just obviously gave her shit because of that, because it was fun.
Hey, it's cool. Join repetition next year because we will never give you shit about stuff like that. So it's a welcoming team.
Yeah, it was coming from a place of love. We still love Riley, obviously, but yeah, it was just funny because like Richard has been wanting to turn a double play the entire season, and this was his opportunity, but Riley stepped in front of him to get the ball and then just didn't throw it. And then just the look on Richard's face was like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He was so hurt because she took the ball from him and then didn't throw it, even though...
Yeah, good for you.
To be
that
fair
happens
to
to the
Riley,
ladies all the time.
Riley nearly threw out a dude playing shortstop. So, yeah, like nearly threw him out. And so, like, we kind of thought that she would throw the ball, but she didn't. So, yeah, it was fun.
She was merciful.
I have to, this note, it's just making like the universe fold in on itself. Colin's hat said, wrong one to fuck with. So there's that. And I can't decide if that's the most ironic thing ever or the most unironic thing ever.
It's the most unironic thing
Okay.
ever. Also, shout out to Turtle, who had a triple.
Came out of his shell.
Yeah, came out of his shell, kicked a triple, ground rule triple, and then Ricardo had a over the fence home run. Yeah, good job, guys. So yeah, all right, there we go. Holcomb left 5 p.m. Poshwash 8, Redlegs 3. I did not see this one coming, to be honest.
I don't know, Poshwash is rolling a little bit.
Yeah, they are. They are on a roll.
Redlegs is taking their lumps.
Well, it was last week I said that don't mess with a wounded animal and red legs because they lost to who was it? D-holes.
The holes.
Because it was the filthy animals. Well, wounded animal became dead animal.
Oh, ouch.
So
Don't mess with a filthy animal. You've learned that.
yeah. They hate bass. I don't know. So
The Wet Bandits learned that, I believe.
Oh, yes.
bandits.
What bandits?
This is basically like a superhero origin story because we took all of Redleg's power in week 6 when we took Red out of their name.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Since then, they've just been legs, and it just hasn't worked out.
Yeah. Aaron?
Yeah, the legs didn't really have any legs this week. They didn't kick to their ability that I know they have, and they fielded okay, but they just weren't getting on base. They just weren't kicking well at all. All their deep kicks went straight to our players' hands. My fielders were doing amazing, just stopping everything. So I think that their 3 runs came on just pure drive and James Finley's base running.
All right.
Just based on the results, it really looks like over the past few weeks, Poshwash's defense has showed up.
Definitely.
It makes a big difference.
Okay. Holcomb left 7 p.m. Jazz House, 926.5 Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Come on down every Tuesday. It is so much fun because we are drunk. All right. They had 11. Button Grind had 2. Aaron?
A lot of warnings here.
Jazz House is a stellar athletic young team, and if they keep playing kickball, they are going to move straight to the top. If they don't come back to Lawrence next year, They will
That
have
seems
to
to
find
be
a
their
whole new
problem
roster.
is like turnover. So
Yeah.
every year they have a very
But no,
young and talented
When they
squad.
figure out they only get
Amazing.
one duffel bag of cash from Rick, they don't come back the following
It
year.
was a cooler. It was a
the
cooler
payments
volunteer.
stop in the off season, so
Right.
like they're just like, I need something else.
Yeah, next year we're gonna start seeing some of their parents as assistant coaches and stuff like that.
Now, guys, these are scholarship athletes, and I'm not going to do anything that's going to cause them to lose their scholarships, okay? So we can nip that in the bud. I want to talk about Poshwash for just a second. I reffed that game, and they looked great. I mean, they looked so good. Their defense was super solid. They were kicking that wonderful combination that we all love of line drives in the holes as well as deep kicks to keep the outfield on us. And they just, after the game, I said to Aaron, Aaron, I think this is the best team that you've ever had because I think that we've played them almost every year and we've never beat them. And she said, no, they're the exact same team as we had last year. And I'm like, well, no, they can't be the exact same team. That's not possible. They're either better or worse. What do you think? And she goes, I think we're better. But they're really good. And a lot of people were picking Poshwash to go 0-5 in the twos, right?
Yeah.
When it
I
was
was one
first
of them. Yep.
shaken up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I may
and,
have been one of them too.
Yep. And Erin's a tough girl. She didn't say anything about it. She just lets her team do the talking on the ball field. So I got to hand it to her for that. Oh, you bet. And then as far as our game, my team played great. Our defense was really, really good. Our offense was great. They run, they kick, they throw, they jump up and down and have fun. Sometimes because of their exuberant youth and their basketball background, maybe they say one or two things not meaning to be mean or bad.
Yeah. So what happened? There is a note that's saying that
Catcher got warned.
center field,
Two
got a warning.
warnings. 2 warnings.
Jazz warned in 5th, center. Jazz warned in 9th.
Okay,
Yeah.
the catcher was being so good, and yeah, I think that college basketball is like the king of trash talking, if I'm not mistaken. Aren't
It's
those
just basketball in
It
general.
was just basketball.
Yeah. I mean, so they're out there on these basketball courts, just jawing at each other the whole game, So then they come out here, and I've tried to explain to him that baseball is the last recourse of civilization in sports. I mean, if you watch baseball players, they don't even hardly talk to each other unless it's to say, hey.
Unless
nice to see-"
they're like Latin American.
or
They actually have fun.
or if there's a bench clearing brawl, But most of the
Yeah,
time,
they
they just kind of let the refs and the let the umpires and their team managers handle everything, which is great. So okay, Fred got a warning because he was playing catcher, and at the very end of the game, like one of the very last batters, he rounded first. And I know Fred had just been keeping it just bottled up inside of him, and he couldn't help himself, and he just erupted, "Go 2!" Well, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
That's not that's bad form. There's not really a rule against it, except don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
then
violates the don't be a dick rule.
that's the don't be a dick rule, which covers a very, very wide ground, one I have never enforced against each one of your teams up there. So we're all good here. Yeah.
Thankful for that.
Yeah.
I'm actually
But-
I'm going to pass a new or propose a new measure to the board. If you accumulate 5 or more warnings through the course of a season, your entire team has to wear muzzles during the game. We can take care of this problem.
Yeah, but it was a fun game. I'm really proud of my kids. They're like I said last week, they're peaking at exactly the right time. And
Good.
and-
Yeah.
I don't,
Late in seasons when you want to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
There is going to be, whether it's Johnny's or Jazz House, since they seem to be on a collision course, assuming they meet in week 10, whoever wins that game, I am not going to want to be the 3 seed that has to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Lions East, 5 p.m. Chalmers, 7. Kansas Tree Care, 18. Is anyone from KTC here? Where's Noah? He's usually here.
I don't see it, Noah.
Damn it.
No, sit down, Derek. Let's skip the game. Let's skip it.
Derek.
Let's skip it.
Yeah,
skip it.
Nope.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
None of the most
Come on up.
fuckable people either. They're all gone.
The only thing I heard was from Mr. Two Names.
Oh, so we're getting a secondhand story here. Come on.
There I was.
This is double hearsay.
This is hearsay,
Super
man.
said they only brought a C minus game, and they just didn't have any energy or any kind of really drive or will to play or win, from my understanding from Subaru. That's it. But they are looking forward to next week's game.
They found their A game in the 8th. They scored 4 when the game was already well decided.
Well in hand.
Yeah.
Well gone.
All right.
Yeah.
Lions East, 7 p.m. Woost, 11. Rats, 4.
Upset of the week.
I don't know who saw this.
I'm surprised about this.
I believe I saw this one coming.
Yeah, but did you
you call
pick
this?
them to
I
win
did.
Did you pick them to win by that margin?
No,
Yeah.
not 7. I don't think anyone saw this.
I did not see
the
this
margin,
coming.
but
No.
I
Yeah, I
definitely
thought
saw
it
the
could
win.
be close,
No.
but that's
No.
a beat down.
JCVD, that's Jean-Claude Van Damme for the uninitiated, / Dan Mauna had an impressive home run in the 8th.
For those of you born after 1990.
Yeah, 1992 or something like that.
I think it's his birthday today.
What?
I think it's Dan's birthday
Is it
today.
birthday?
Yeah.
Is it
Yes,
today?
it is. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
birthday.
Facebook told me. That's all
Okay.
that's all right now.
Happy birthday,
I
Jean-Claude
remember
Dan Mauga.
I just remember like at Game of the Week, me, Dan, and Esco just laughing about goddamn Kickboxer.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I love that
gosh,
goddamn
blood
movie.
sports.
Bloodsport, yeah.
There's
Bloodsport.
Chong Li.
two different movies.
Yeah.
But the same thing.
my
Yeah.
God.
Also, I tagged Dan in like apparently during, what is it? Oh, what goddamn movie was it? Street Fighter. JCVD had a $10,000 a day coke habit.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do too, but you know,
He's
But
a
Jason-
hero. I mean, come on.
yeah, huge coke habit. Apparently. Allegedly.
Either way, yeah, Woost beating the Rats down like this is a surprise to me. After watching that game of the week, I thought the Rats were
Yeah.
on fire. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple observations. Wu scored enough in the first to at least end with a tie. They scored 4 in the first, and the final was 11-4.
Yeah.
This is also like the most people I've seen combined on the score sheets in forever, and I actually kind of wonder, maybe the Rats is overloaded now. Because for a while, for a long
ran
time, it
with a
seemed like
bare-bones squad for the
yeah,
most
they,
part.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
were
were.
pretty stripped down, and they've done well year to date. But now maybe it's like they've got too many people showing up on a week-to-week basis, and so that they don't have all the regulars playing enough. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
just theorizing.
Ben, don't look too hard at the score sheets. You're going to see a forfeit somewhere in there.
Right.
There's too many people in there.
Wait. How many girls?
Yeah, no, I said stop. You're just going to.
Yeah. All right. Lions West, 5 p.m. Nick Lerner's homies, 3. Free State Growlers, 15. Congratulations, Seth. Jeff
Yeah,
Harper, you
congrats, Seth.
suck.
Yeah, nice trying calling this the shutout, by the way. That's okay.
Well, there's that.
What's that?
Well, there's that.
Yeah, there's that. So, homies had a 2-0 lead, surprisingly.
What?
Yeah.
You wait. You were up 2-0 and then got outscored 15-1.
Yes, we did. But we had a great triple play in the second inning. So what happened was, it was a great, triple play. It was a great kick by, I forgot who it was, for Free State. It was kicked to Andrew King at second base. And then the runners on first and second base took off, threw it to first over to Frank Dillon, and then gave it to me. And I just took the ball and basically tried over to second, get the third out. And I had to confirm with Marisa, who's third base ref, and also to Tim Campbell, the home plate for Los Mas, and John Engel, the scorekeeper, is like, did she leave second early? And she did. Thus the triple play.
And then she got promptly
Nice work.
scratched in the 7th inning.
Yeah, she was sick.
Oh, that's
Yeah, she was sick the whole time, but somehow she started the triple play. Yeah. But
And then played to the 7th. You're sick, and then you played to the 7th?
I asked her,
Nice.
she told you,
No,
yeah, exactly.
no. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
It is impressive. It was. I was commended by her, yeah. But then, they pulled away, and I don't know what inning it was there, Ben. When they finally
Third.
scored. Third, okay.
It's
I'm
hard.
kidding.
It's hard
I'm
to
kidding.
tell
I'm kidding. I'm trying to
because
just give you shit.
It might have been third, I don't know.
It's hard to tell because paging John Engel, darken in the runs. Don't just outline them.
Gosh damn it, John. Anyways, but then they pulled away, and in the 8th inning, they really poured it on. They kicked through. They got how many runs there, Ben? 8 runs or something like that?
Once again, you can't tell because John Engel didn't.
Oh,
1, 2, 3,
Shade in the
4,
runs.
5,
Damn it,
6,
John.
7, 8. Yeah, it looks like 8.
Yeah, so it was fine. They're a better team. I'm just glad that the homies was competitive with
For a while.
For a while, yeah. Hauber only had 2 errors. Because he does not suck there, Tim. That's your former teammate. Stop it. Colin, that's your former teammate too. Stop it.
So, all right.
You two.
Terrible. I think the Hauber sucks thing is overplayed, but we are going to judge him on a on-base to errors ratio, kind of like you got assist to turnover, and he kicked on once and had 2 errors, so not a great game.
Yeah.
Who's keeping track of errors on the score sheet there?
I do. I try to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But Cougar obviously will remember errors. All right.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Coug.
You're welcome.
Lions West, 7 p.m. Kicking assets 4. River City Matadores 6, but there's a forfeit.
Yeah. We had a forfeit. So let this be a lesson to you. If you're going to have people showing up late, put them on the lineup to start. Or when they show up, put them at the bottom of the lineup.
From what I've been
you
told,
can't just stick them
also
in there.
that this is the 3rd iteration of their lineup, and they just forgot to put that person in.
Yeah, there were multiple names on there.
Yes.
There was also some scuttlebutt that they may not have had the right number of people to start the game too, but it was just overlooked or missed, or I
so
don't
they
know.
started with 2 instead of...
Yeah, it sounded like there might have been multiple issues. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, we had a long discussion about it, and at the end we just we voted to forfeit him.
So, Coug, what
I
the hell?
abstained because
Oh, no.
I'm sleeping with the captain of Kicking Assets. So.
Oh, geez. I was going to... Oh, there goes my segue. I'm done.
And no one
that part,
and
not
no
that part.
one is
Not that
sleeping with
part,
the captain
come on.
of the Matadors. We all know that.
Yeah.
As much as I love Paul.
Well, he had his opportunity, man.
So okay, Coug, what happened when someone told you to shut up?
So basically what happened, there was a double play in the 5th inning where the runner on second for Kicking Assets left early. He didn't think so. It was double confirmed by Seth, even though his home scorekeeping, he said, no, you didn't reach touch second on the catch to try to tag up.
Okay.
So that's what was explained to him, and he said, yeah, shut up. And he said that in the dugout. So basically, told Maurice that the warning to Isaac what he did and all that. And that was it.
Marisa?
Yeah, apparently, like, what happened was, because I was watching it, and he did go back, and to me, I was in the dugout on the north side, so I'm looking at second base, and it looks like, he does start to run, but then he goes back, and from what I saw, his foot was on the side of the bag, but the 2 refs overruled it and said no. He went back, looked like he was going to touch it, and didn't, and kept going, so, we take the refs. I told Isaac and everybody else on the team as loud as I could, do not talk to any of the refs. Let me do it.
Yeah.
Especially Cougar, the leader in the clubhouse of warning players.
It's only been twice. I've warned people. That's why.
This season?
This season, yep.
Okay.
Only twice.
Also the all-time leader in ejecting
Yeah, I was going to
players,
say, that's going
think.
to be the all-time leader, though.
It's probably going to be me, yeah. And ejecting a player. I've done that once.
Yep.
So, ironically, for Kicking Asses. But you weren't on the team. So.
Me too, on CJ's team.
Oh, yeah?
Had to eject your teammate. Yeah, I don't think he's on the team anymore. You guys were playing the team that's now Bunt and Grind. In the playoffs.
West Coast Saloon.
Yeah.
Oh, someone got ejected?
Like shoulder blocked the catcher on purpose.
Oh, that was me.
No, it wasn't you. It was somebody I didn't know.
Okay.
No, you shoulder blocked a guy against the replay a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was...
I remember that.
Yeah. I got in trouble for that. Yeah. But yeah.
It was worth it.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so this was a very competitive team we were playing. I mean, they were getting their kicks in, and they were also getting runners in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our defense, I think, has been top-notch since the start. We made a few errors, but really, I mean, we have, like, Jimmy in the center field, making crazy plays. I'm watching your top guy, sweatpants guy. I can't think of his name. Marcus. So Marcus kicks it up, and it starts to just go down, but then still floats up somehow crazy and to the right somehow. And I was like, oh, there's no way he's getting it. He gets it, and then throws a great play to second, and then we get that out. But and then also Adrian was in the right field, and he made another crazy play to caught a ball.
Yep, I remember that.
And there was a double play going on, and this girl runs to second, and it was pretty good. Our third baseman, Aaron, he has been unstoppable. I mean, he's new this year. He's
been good. He did a good job, yeah.
Yeah, he can make, all the plays to first, whenever he's grounding the ball was really great. It's just, our on-base people not a problem. It's really just getting the people in. And,
Yeah.
you know, I almost had a podcast-worthy play, but almost got to home on a home run.
Almost a home
Yeah,
run.
someone kicked it in.
Almost.
Yeah, someone kicked it in from center field, and I was like, "What are you?" And even Marcus, the first baseman, was like, "Oh my God, he's doing it again. He's kicking it from center field. Somehow it got back there, and he got you at home." It's like,
It was basically just I took that little gray area where someone at second base, as they were throwing it to first, I just take off to second, and then it just kind of all got crazy. But I mean, it was a really fun game, and I talked to Santos, and there is no hard feelings on either team about like the lineup position, things like that. And so, I mean, we're looking forward to playing again if we do. Just that way, we can have a non-illegal lineup, and then hopefully beat them.
Yeah, it's shaping up like you guys might hit each other again in the playoffs.
It was 2 runs. You know, our 3 kickers, or our 3 runners were Isaac, Jimmy, and Tristan. And Tristan, we actually had to put him in the second spot, and he's the newest guy. So I think that was a lot of pressure, and it definitely showed. But yeah, it was fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marisa.
Also, tell Isaac that if he wants to come down to the podcast, he can tell Cougar to shut up all he wants, and he won't get kicked out.
It's encouraged. All right. Hobbs Park, 7 p.m. Screamers 5, Quirksuckers 16. Wow.
Oh my.
Wow. Yeah, Screamers are taking their lumps.
T? Oh wait, no.
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 No. Okay.
No.
I don't think we have anybody here from either team.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No.
No.
All right.
So a UFO landed in center field in the middle of this game. It was
Hobbs Park, 9 p.m. Sacred Sword, 23. Liberty Hall, late fees, 6. As a former Sacred Sword, this actually was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
Adam and I both played for Sacred Sword back in the day.
In the glory days.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun to watch them get on pace there and just take it to another team. I don't know if I can be backed up here, but it's 23 runs more than they've scored combined the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, dude.
Right? It's kind of close.
They're making our division look amazing.
Yeah.
Oper and then undefeated.
Yeah. They, I think Josh is finally getting the people that he wants to show up.
Yes.
And so that makes a lot, obviously it makes a difference. So, yeah.
Pat was good.
Yes.
Laura Hockman was really good. Her kicking was spectacular.
Yes.
And we talked about the first baseman for Sacred Sword.
Yeah.
Wow. She
was good. She was really
killed
good.
it.
She killed it, yeah.
Female at first base that can hold it down like that is fucking awesome.
Like, hands just spectacular.
Awesome.
Like, her hands were
Oh my
spectacular.
gosh.
And that frees up so much strategy-wise to have a female there that you can depend on. I mean, that's
And
amazing.
especially, you depend on, you trust. She's going to
Oh
catch
yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
She was spectacular. All right.
Just make sure that CJ doesn't find out her name. Who's gonna recruit her for his team?
Yeah, Josh.
Like, hey guys, I know I'm protect her. I know I'm leaving, but I got the perfect replacement. She might not be as sexy as me, but.
All
Who
right.
is?
So Cougar,
Yes, sir.
you did your RPI for
did.
the second week.
Yes, I did.
Do you want to do your top 10?
Yeah, but let me first go to the division record, rank play for all the divisions. So the Jim Bob Clark division, they went 2-4 this week. So combined, they're 8-10. The Kelly Cochran, they went the best of all this week, 4-2. They're overall 9-9. The Moses Sword division, they went 3-3 this week, overall 8-10. Chris Marshall division, 3-3, overall 12-6. The Arlie Ermey, also 4-2 this week, combined 10-8. And bring up the rear is James Naismith, went 2-4 this week. Combined, they are 7-11.
My division is trash.
I know.
Naismith is garbage.
Yeah.
Which
Jim
explain,
Clark.
we'll explain the RPI standings.
Which explains our RPI.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
number 10. Welcome to the top 10. Posh Wash Filthy Animals.
Nice
That's
work.
.600 from 15th. So good job. Tied for 8th, it is John Denver Experience and Redline Tavern at .602.
This makes zero sense.
Only because, what is it? What part of it? Oh, Red Lions.
It's the op record.
Redline's
basically.
like, let's see.
Which one is there? Which number is there?
602, 625. So they're, they have pretty high teams, opponents' strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So there you go. That helped you guys there, Ben.
Yeah.
So, number 7 is Geezer's Good Neighbors, .606. Number 6 is Chalmers, 0.61.
Chalmers?
That's right. Number 5 is Jackpot at, I know, 0.636. She went from 3 down to 5.
Accurately ranked.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, your division stuff.
It's mostly because of our opponent's strength of schedule, right?
Yeah, opponent's strength of schedule, your division, besides your win, they went to 1-4 in ranked play. That's not good. Number 4 is Love Garden Squids at 0.642. And yes, at number 3, it is Hertz Donut D-Holes at 0.653. Well done.
That's a big bump. Is
That's
that
huge.
Eighth to fifth or something like that?
8th to 3rd.
Oh, yeah, they were in the top 6 already.
They were 4th last week, yeah. They're pretty high anyways. Number 2 is Lawrence Shore Factory at 0.696. And number 1 is KTC 0.731.
Your voice is false.
Well,
so
why?
much there.
Why are you so like just?
No, it's just
so
boring.
dismissive of
No,
like
it's
their
just-
accomplishments.
it's just obvious.
They're a very, very good team.
They're a very good team. No,
Very
they are. It's just
deserving
obvious.
of the
It is
top
obvious.
spot.
They are deserving the top. It's just obvious. Like, 0.731. I was being
Yeah.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
So
KTC has the best winning percentage, the best
Division.
tied for the best strength of schedule,
Yeah.
and
the best opponent strength of schedule.
Yeah. Not a bad formula to be number 1. So
Yeah.
good job for
Yeah.
KTC. So that's
All right.
that's your price standings for week 8. Yay.
I would be interested to see what this looked like if you counted the games that were forfeits but that were played as played games for the purpose of the RPI. I feel like it would make a difference in some of these
Yeah.
It
cases.
totally would.
Yeah.
Especially
if I made that adjustment,
especially
yeah.
due to the fact that who was it this week? River City Matadors won the game, like played on the field, but
Yeah.
due to a clerical error, they actually lost. So that's going to actually make their opponent's strength of schedule go down. Not to mention, your opponent's win
Yeah,
percentage go
their
down too.
peripherals
So,
are
like,
pretty bad anyway, though. They got a sub 500 op record and right at 500 op record.
But that puts kicking assets at 12, and then they're way
Yeah.
down at 19.
Yeah, they're 12.
Right. Yeah.
So
So, I mean, yeah, in some instances it may help. In some instances it may not. But so can we talk about how each team is doing so far in rank play compared to what you thought they would do in the first place? Like, I thought my division would do a lot better than they have been. Obviously, the Ladybird Harpies going 0-3 right now, and then Ghosts going 0-3 right now aren't exactly helping out. And Asteroid had two. Asteroid had two. Like, I did not think they'd be 1-2 right now in the 5s.
Well, again, one of those is a forfeit, though. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
To the homies. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's so much of that it really rides on that Ladybird Muddy game.
Yeah.
Because if Lady, I mean, look at it if we think that Muddy at full strength might be better than Ladybird, then you put Muddy in the 2s, then maybe they're 1-2 or 2-1 as opposed to just defeated right now, and Ladybird might still be 3-0. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's see. For me, the division play, the one I'm really not surprised about, and of course they'll be disappointed themselves, is this James Naismith division. They're a 7-11. Because I say they're because this is the division where it's a clusterfuck. You have Drop Stoppers is 3, Button Grind is a 4, and Corksucker is a 5. All because of that wonky tiebreaker.
Yeah.
They all beat each other, and that has really caused a havoc to the rest of the division as far as ranked play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you take that forfeit by that the Drop Stoppers got out of it too, then they're actually 6 and what have you.
3-6.
Well, no, they'd be one less win. So was that 6-10 or whatever? 6-12. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially because they would be 0-3 in the 5s, even though they could have been, as far as we go, a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's interesting as hell.
Yeah. So does the Muddy Waters situation, does that make you think? I mean, as the commissioner, does that make you think we should take just a little bit more time to analyze where we're putting teams when we put them in the ranked play, or I mean, do you think the good outweighs the bad there in that situation? Because
you mean in the ranked play or at the beginning of the year?
I mean, because everybody. So I was at Hobbs the week before that game happened, and everyone was talking about, because I think Jake had put up the the pick'em thing for his that he does,
right?
And he said, okay, Ladybird versus Muddy Waters. And people on Ladybird who are out there were saying, okay, we already know that Muddy is going to be down a whole bunch of people, so pick us. And so people who were out there picked them, and then sure enough, they won. and everyone was like, well, okay, so it was common knowledge that Muddy Waters was down some players, So do you take that into account? I mean, do you think, like, going back, do you wish that you had taken that into account and maybe put them in a higher seating instead of put them down there?
It would be breaking new ground because we've never done that. It's always just been strictly record and tiebreakers for rank play.
Yeah.
We kind of have to do that for the tournament a little bit. But it gets really dangerous starting to assume what might have happened when certain things did or didn't occur.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and then another question there along those lines is Free State beating Poshwash, and then you still put Free State in the 5s.
Yep.
And you're just like, only because of their record is you kind of have to, but
Yeah.
It's one of those. I mean, it's also like why. For the longest time during the podcast, we would say it depends on who shows up.
Yeah.
Right.
So definitely, like, it obviously depends on who shows up each week.
Yeah.
So to kind of say that, if both teams are full strength, this most likely Muddy would beat Ladybird or anything like that. But the result is on the field, Ladybird beat Muddy. So that's all we can go off of. Essentially.
Yeah.
You can't say, whatever.
Yeah, what if or whatever. But
No, I will say it. It's really hard. So there are two situations where we got. Am I stepping on our discussion question, or should we start talking?
Okay, go ahead.
So we got two situations where you might have teams that wind up right next to each other,
which is basically the next discussion question.
Yeah, wind up right next to each other in the rankings before futzing with them at all for the tournament. We could have, if say Geezers lost out, they could be 0-5 in the 1s, and say JDE won out, they could be 5-0 in the 2s. But Geezers has a head-to-head win against JDE.
Yeah.
And one of those teams would be 9-1, and the other would be 5-5. But the head-to-head, does that head-to-head put a dagger in JDE's ability to jump? And it's a really tough question. I don't know. Do you start looking at peripherals then, or? But in the case of,
to me at least, you kind of have to look at peripherals because you can only see, especially the last 5 weeks, where teams are supposed to be getting better to a certain extent.
Right.
How can you not take into account the last 5 weeks compared to the first 5?
Then the next question ends up being, well, okay, even if it passes the eye test and you feel like JDE looked better, if you put them in the 1s, would they have beat any of those other teams?
Yeah, that's true.
And if the answer is no, I still don't think you can jump them.
Okay.
If you and then there's a similar situation with if Ladybird lost out and Muddy swept the 3s, then you could have Ladybird as 0-5, Muddy as 5-0, right next to each other. But Ladybird's got the head-to-head. Then it's a similar situation, but we also have this. Muddy didn't have their entire roster there at the time.
Yeah. Plus, it kind of depends on what happens with Muddy for at least the next 2 weeks, because if they beat both teams by double digits, they will beat every team by double digits.
Close to 20, actually,
yes.
I think. Yeah.
So I think that gives a little bit more credence to them jumping Ladybird than the other way around with the other situation where it's JDE and Geezers.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think if you put Muddy in that division, they win some games.
Yes.
I agree.
If you put JDE in the 1s, probably not. I mean,
but just based on the eye test, I think they and Chalmers would be a close matchup.
Yeah.
Just personal opinion, I think Chalmers still wins that game. JDA can prove me wrong in the tournament when they get to that point.
Here's the one thing. Do you think that forfeit that the Geezers had to take over the jackpot, do you think that might be the tipping edge of, okay, even the head-to-head that JDE lost to Geezers, let's say, because of forfeit, that's going to be like one strike against them as far as potentially be jumped by JDE?
Nah,
you don't think that's going to be a strike?
It wouldn't affect them any more than getting run ruled would.
Yeah. I know, but it's just one of those things they shouldn't have a forfeit. It's like one of those kind of punishing them for.
Actually, the inverse is actually true, because the forfeits operate as negative reinforcement on their own. Because if you get 2 of them, you're not coming back as an accepted returning team.
Yeah.
Actually, the reverse is true. So that when we looked at the playoff seeding, we'd be much more likely to give a team credit for winning a game that they forfeited on a technicality when we're evaluating where this should be ranked.
So at least for Los Matador's sake, that will play a little bit more.
Right.
Give it
We
a little
wouldn't.
more
When we're
credence
looking
in.
at their record,
Yeah.
we're not going to count this as a win, but we'll remember that they won a game on the
Okay.
field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and so I have firsthand experience. I mean, JDE and Geezer's Good Neighbors were both in my division.
Okay.
Geezer's Good Neighbors beat us handily by I think like 14 or 15. JDE we lost 7-3. So I mean I believe like Geezer's, even though they're kind of getting handled in the ones, they're probably the better team. I mean,
Yeah.
they're obviously the better team since they won head to head. But
Yeah. And I talked with Scott Stewart about this briefly at the pickup,
Yeah.
and he seemed to think that JDE would have earned, just based on the past 5 weeks, would have earned the right to jump them. It's really tough, though. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I don't know.
that is because.
It will be talked about. I
Yeah,
guess, is the best way
especially
to put
this
it.
year, like especially with the top 4 teams kind of being, I would say, a step ahead of the 2 teams behind them.
Yeah, I
too.
totally agree.
Yeah, so, and then but also negatively going against Geezers is the fact that the team that most likely will finish 5th, which is going to be Chalmers, they lost by 6 runs.
Right.
Which is not necessarily a close game at all.
Right.
So yeah. I mean, oh man, it's really tough because it's not like John Denver has been blowing people out in the 2s.
No.
They've kind of
No, but they've had solid wins.
Yeah, solid wins, but not necessarily
Convincing
by
wins.
huge margins,
Yeah.
by
Right.
convincing margins.
Now,
like as Cougar would say.
all this set aside, if Geezers just happen to lose out, D-Holes could make all this irrelevant by beating JDE. Because
Yeah.
I think in that
sure,
situation
yeah.
we would absolutely
Yeah.
jump them. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
So just
Very
make the D holes and Geezers play in the first round. Just fuck it. First round.
Anytime we have any kind of question, we just
Instead of the
force
8,
them into a
just make it a
playoff.
play-in game.
Muddy versus Ladybird.
Hopefully they have to play an extra game before they play one of us. That's
Yeah,
how I see it.
there you go.
And they've got to play 18 innings.
I'll support that, right?
Yeah.
They have to play a best of 3 back to back to back.
No, It's just the first to 18 runs, no matter how many innings it is.
So the roundabout way to answer your question, Adam, is we've intentionally made it so that we are only up to criticism once a year, and that's for the tournament seeding.
Right.
And we kind of let the things play themselves out in rank play, and then look at the whole picture
Yeah.
before the tournament starts.
Yeah.
And we'll take our lumps because people will be upset about certain things, but at least this way we don't have to do it twice
Everyone,
a year.
someone get
It's
mad.
always-
it's
no
always
matter
going to
what.
happen.
Someone's always going to be mad.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, shall we talk about some games for this week?
Let's
right?
do.
All right. Week 9. Jesus Christ, people! We only got seriously, we only have 5 weeks of kickball.
5 more weeks.
We're almost
Yeah.
there. We've already started
5
planning
weeks of
for the
kickball.
for the charity auction.
Yeah, man. All right. July 29th. YSC 1. Homies versus Screamers.
Do me first. I really have to use
Ben.
the restroom. I think Screamers gets off the mat here. I'm going to take Screamers by 2.
All right. I really don't know. I'm going to go Homies just because I think Jeff Hauber is going to do
Suck less?
something this game. So, Adam.
Jeff Hauber's going to levitate again. He's going to levitate,
Yes,
make some
with
plays.
his gigantic ponytail and beard.
I can't sit next to this man and pick against his team. It's
Sure
just
you
not
can.
gonna
People have
happen.
done it before.
No, and I haven't
That's very
seen either
true.
of your teams play, but I did see you guys beat the Woos last year in the tournament.
did. Yep.
And so
Yep.
that's latent in you and your
Yep.
team. So
Yep.
I got to pick you. I'm gonna say Homies by 2.
Okay, Coog.
I've been circling this game against the Screamers and July 29th for quite some time because I thought that, both the teams would go 0 in the 5s, and then, this would be the one that should do that. Again, RIP Dana. Homies by 1.
Fuck yeah.
Nice work.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Okay. July 29th, YSC 1 at 7 p.m. Brewballers versus Sacred Sword. We're all picking Sacred Sword, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game, but I think Sword wins.
Yeah. Ben?
Yeah, I concur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think we could game? I think
Shaft
it would,
over balls.
I think Sacred Sword actually put the Blue Ballers away because Blue Ballers really haven't beaten them by convincing margins. Sacred Sword has been blowing the doors off in the 6s. Good grief.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I picked.
I think Sacred Sword will win by double digits.
Okay,
I'll be honest with you.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
I'll take that bet, Cougar.
I'm not betting. No. No. 888 bets off.
YSC2.
No fun. I'm always no fun.
YSC2, 5 p.m. Lawrence Shirt Factory versus Chalmers. We're all taking Lawrence Shirt Factory, right?
Yeah, Chalmers has beaten Lawrence Factory how many times ever?
0.
Nil. That means that'll stay that way.
Although it did take a walk-off for Lawrence Shirt Factory to beat them in the playoffs
you're
last
right.
year.
Yeah.
But they still won, so yeah.
Still, performances to date
yeah.
this year
It's
suggest that this
Yeah.
is going to be a win.
Okay, YSC2, 7 p.m. Button Grind versus Goose.
Oh gosh.
Ben. Maybe we should have made this one a pick'em challenge.
We should not have. What the
Because
fuck you're
bun
talking
grind- because
about?
bun grind, yeah.
Don't you dare. Don't touch it.
Damn it.
I'm gonna take the ghosts.
All right.
Really?
Yeah, of course you're going to take a ghost.
Yes.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm with Ben. I'm going ghost because I can't.
So
pick
mad
one.
at button grind.
Yeah,
if it's not
I
a
can't.
pick'em game, I don't have to think about it.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
fucking
can't.
picking them.
I'm not going to. Yeah, exactly. Ghosts. Coog.
Because this is you two guys' favorite team to pick every week, no, I'm going button grind.
Cougar curse is on.
The Cougar curse does not exist.
It
Damn
does
it.
exist.
No, it is not real. It's a Loch Ness Monster. It's not real.
I played against Button Grind a couple weeks
Check the
ago,
tape. Okay, there
and
you
granted, my team played our worst game of the year, but they were solid. You know, I got to go with Button Grind on this one. I have not seen Ghost play though, and they gave Reboot a game last week, but
Yeah,
I think Button Grind will win.
This could be really close.
I think it'll be a close game, yeah.
I think Cougar's just picking button grind because that's the same as the name of his direct-to-video kickball instructional video.
Oh God.
YSC3, 5 p.m. First game of the Pick'em Challenge this week. Lucky Berry versus Free State. Adam.
I got to go with Free State on this one. Sorry, Derek. Hopefully you have the same people show up this week that you did this past week. But I think Free State are on a roll and are not going to be stopped.
Coog.
As someone on the team has played against both Lucky Berry and Free State, Derek, I love you, but Free State, they got some leg talent, more leg talent than you guys.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
Cougar
go Free
leg
State.
talent.
Yeah, for leg
Why are you taking it easy on teams anyway?
Spoken like a champion.
There you
CJ.
go. All right. I'm going Free State. I'm not going to bet against Seth.
I think if both teams were at full strength, I might think about it, especially since Free State's been rolling, and so that they might be overlooking this game. And Lucky Berry's got some talent, but I think with the key player out, it's going to be tough. So yeah, I'll go with Free State too.
What is full strength for Lucky Berry? Have they been full strength? Derek, have you guys been full strength this year?
Well, it's not just Donnie though; it's his Sonic the Hedgehog socks that they'll be missing.
All right.
Oh,
wow. Wow. Derek Davis just said
gosh.
it's not like Donnie was considered a key player
Oh, my
anyway.
goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Throwing his own players under the bus.
If Donnie is not listening, I'm sending him a copy of this.
He's already injured.
Is it
does
possible for
Derek
your
think
coach
he
to give you
is?
billboard
Bryson
material?
here? Jesus.
Oh my God! Get well soon, Donnie.
Wow. Wow,
Derek won't
man.
say it, but I'll say it. Get well soon, Donnie.
Wow. Okay. YSC3, 7 p.m. Second game in the Pick'em Challenge. Drop Stoppers versus Kicking Assets. Ben.
Really?
I'll take kicking assets.
Yeah,
Was
no,
there ever a doubt?
Sure. No way.
I would take them against you guys.
All right. Shit. I honestly do not know who the fuck picked this game.
Let's make T and Marisa arm wrestle to see who's going to win this
Yeah,
one. So they're both
really.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly do not know. I'm going Drop Stoppers.
Facial hair over the lack thereof.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. Just because of T's facial hair. That's the only reason why I'm going with him. Coog.
Oh my goodness. Two teams, they're in the threes that are kind of unexpected. I don't know why. Kicking assets, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Adam.
Yeah, I reffed the Kicking Assets versus Red Lion game, and while they got thoroughly handled, I think that I saw quite a lot of talent on Kicking Assets that just hasn't been realized yet. But I think this is the week they bring it, so I'm going to go with Kicking Assets.
Okay. All right, guys. YSC4, 5 p.m. Rats versus Muddy Waters. We're all going Muddy Waters, right?
Yeah.
We are going Muddy
Okay,
Waters.
okay. I will say, okay. Here we go.
I might have taken a flyer, but after last week, I can't. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Over, under, 10.5 runs. Ben. 10.5.
I'll take the over.
Okay.
I feel like Muddy hasn't even realized his full potential against in some of these games, and they're
Okay.
still winning by double digits. Upwards of 20.
Okay. I'll throw this at you then. 13.5.
Jesus.
Still over.
Okay.
Wow.
Trigger, 13.5.
Wow. 13.5?
Yeah.
I'm going to go under. It won't be that bad. I think it'll be double digits. They are missing a key player, Raz, because of Larry. I don't know if you saw the notes for the score sheets for week 8. He did injure himself running the third in the ninth inning. I'm not sure what happened to his ankle. Hope he's all right, but it didn't look good.
Okay.
So, no, hey, let's do like a reverse parlay. So if Rats have less than 13.5 players, then I'm picking Muddy to win by less than 13.5.
Okay.
If the Rats have over 13.5
Okay.
players, I'm picking Muddy to win by more than
13.5
13.5.
or 12.5? Do you want to do 12.5?
13.5 on
Okay.
both counts. Yeah.
Okay.
Over, under.
Okay.
Woost beat Rats by 7. Muddy Waters twice as good as Woost. I'm going to go over.
Okay. I'm
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking the over as well.
That's a good number though. 13.5.
That's
a lot of runs. Jesus.
YSC4, 7 p.m. Last game in the Pick'em Challenge. Also the Spread'em game. So, Poshwash versus Hertz Donut. We'll start with Ben.
Spread 'em. Whew. I'll go Hertz by 11.
11.
Wow. Okay.
Holy cow!
Don't start fighting over there.
Wow. Okay.
Wait. What field are they playing on?
YSC4.
11.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm taking Hertz, but I'm taking him by 4. Coog.
I'm still in shock at what he just said. Wow. I won't go bold and say 11. Hertz by 7. Hertz by 7.
Adam.
I'm gonna try and catch up on you guys with the guess picks here. I'm gonna go on Poshwash by 2.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really, you're the guest, so you have the guest record, and the guest record is like way better than ours.
We're better than you guys.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
well, then we can afford to lose one. Then. I'm going Poshwash.
That's true too. Yeah. Actually, I don't know what the records are exactly, but you might not be able to, like the guest might have already won this thing.
Yeah. We
Well,
might
you could be down by
definitely
6 by now.
Yeah.
I underestimated Hertz this whole year, and I'm not going to stop now. So, no offense, Alex.
See, part of my problem is I haven't seen Poshwash, so I'm basing it off what I saw last year, and I really like what I saw out of Hertz last week. Like I think the spread is 7 if they don't get anything extra.
Well, they did handle. I was surprised they handled you guys. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna go. I'm still sticking to my guns.
Okay. Holcomb Wright, 5 p.m. Love Garden versus Geezer's Good Neighbors. We're all picking Love Garden, right?
Yeah, Love Garden better pick up the defense because these past 3 weeks been.
Okay. I'll say this.
Okay.
If I put the spread at 4.5, Love Garden, who you got?
4.5. I don't know.
Adam.
I think Geezers are tired of getting kicked around, but Love Garden also probably were a little embarrassed by last week, so it's tough, I still say I guess Love Garden. I mean, you got to go with what's been happening this season, but I think it should be close.
I still say Love Garden will win by more than 4.5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Love Garden as well, Ben.
Yeah.
What'd you say the spread was?
4.5.
Yeah, I think I'll still go with Love Garden. This seems like
so if I put it at the closest game they've had has been Geezers at least has been 6.
Yeah.
So if I put 6.5, what would you take?
Oh.
I think I would take Geezers.
Okay.
Because I feel like Chalmers' defense is a little better than Love Garden's.
Okay.
Love Garden's offense is a little better than Chalmers's.
Yeah.
But I feel like Geezers matches up better against a good offense than a good defense.
Okay. Kook?
No, I'll still take the over. I'll still take Love Garden.
Adam?
Yeah, I think Love Garden are angry about last week, so
Yeah.
I think they're going to take it out on
Okay.
them.
Yep.
Okay. I'd probably go with Holcomb Wright. Does that change anything for you, though?
Ooh. Who has more big boots? Geezers?
I would probably say Love Garden.
Yeah,
Love Garden.
probably.
Oh, they have
Yeah.
the guy who was hit 2 home runs against you guys.
Walker.
Yeah, Walker. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Spencer could
that's
kick
more
it in
problem,
right
yeah.
field.
Especially because
also.
Spencer's a left-footed, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Holcomb Wright, 7 p.m. River City Matadores versus Woost.
Ooh, the forfeit game. Forfeit bowl. Triple check those lineups.
So who forfeits this game?
Yeah, it's really funny. There's the 2 teams whose wins in rank play were by forfeit, and now we've got the 2 teams whose losses in rank play were by forfeit.
Yeah.
They just tie. They fucking tie.
Double forfeit. I'm calling the double forfeit.
They both kick 14 with 7 girls, and neither of them field enough refs. It's just a fucking
They both
washout.
have one ref.
Yeah.
They both
people
make
from the
illegal
crowd.
substitutions in the middle of the game.
People get hurt, and they totally fuck that up.
Yeah. They both have to end with 7 each.
But Dan kicks 4 home runs, so I'm going Woos.
Yeah. All right. Coog.
Oh my gosh. Matadores. I don't know why. Just
I'm picking Woos because I think Dan and Esco can pick up that defense or that offense as well. Ben.
We got the team with a ton of players versus the team with not enough players.
Yeah.
I feel like the top half of Woost's lineup is a little longer as far as the skill kickers go, so I'm going to take Woost.
Okay. Holcomb left, 5 p.m. Corksuckers versus Asteroid Head. This probably should have been a pickup game. Fuck.
Yeah.
Ben.
What was the Corksuckers result last week?
They won pretty handily, I think.
They won.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
16-5, yeah.
You know, I'm going to go with Corksuckers. I think this game could be close, but they might have a little more control on defense in clutch situations. So I'll go with them.
Asteroid has a couple of people who can actually hit the fence, especially with it being at Holcomb left. Yeah, I'm going to go with them. Asteroid Head. Cool.
You know, Asteroid Head, I love you guys, but I'm
That's a
done.
win-dependent pick,
I'm
man.
done picking you guys. You guys are dead to me. Corksuckers.
So Asteroid Head is your.
It's my
Where's
wife.
my pitches?
Where's my pitches?
Where's
for
my
both of
pitches?
us?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm done picking you guys. Fuck it.
Adam.
You let me down too many times.
I don't know anything about either of these teams other than Asteroid Head's like ridiculous performance a few weeks back where they put up all those points and still lost by 1.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm gonna go with Corksuckers.
You know, I think this is really interesting because I was talking to somebody else about this, and it was like, it's like Jimmy on kicking assets. I feel like he could probably kick leadoff for any team. There are 3 players on Asteroid Head that I think could probably play for any team in the league.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they just
totally.
they seem to love playing together, and so they haven't defected or anything like that. And I think that is fucking great for the league.
Talk about Nick
Yeah.
and Clint and Pat, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Holcomb left, 7 p.m. Ladybird versus Red Lion.
It's the old Bucks versus the young Bucks.
Yeah. and both teams are struggling right now. I'm fucked.
We're not struggling, we're drunk. There's a difference.
Struggling in your drunkenness.
Struggling.
Homies, we're
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah,
I'm
Ladybird is
gonna
struggling, we're struggling.
Homies are struggling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Red Lion. Experience.
Experience, yeah. Yeah, it's tough go for the Harpies going 0 for 3. Thank you. 0 for 3 in the twos.
Thank you.
You know what? Continue to pit of misery. Red Line wins. Dilly dilly.
Yeah, I don't see Red Lion losing this one.
No.
I like the Ladybird story, but
I do too.
Red Lion are a lot of my favorite players in the league on that team, so I'm going with them.
I don't see Red Lion losing this one. It's the last thing
I
you
would
usually
hope
hear
not.
before we lose a game we're not supposed to lose. I'll pick us. We've got to pick us up off the mat. Although I will say we're probably going to do like some lineup experiment this week because our offense hasn't been too great the past couple of weeks.
So maybe you should do a hat ball just cause.
Oh yeah.
I like this.
Shoot! What I get him into?
Yeah, I don't think that'll fly.
They don't work.
There are at least a couple people on the team that care whether or not we win a game on a game-to-game basis.
Oh, okay.
So I'll pick us in a close one. I'll say Red Line by 3.
Red Line by 3.
I'm really looking forward to this game though, since I haven't played Lady Bird ever.
Yeah, be fun.
Yeah.
Next, we've got 5 o'clock Lions East, Grandstand at Liberty Hall.
Oof. It was close.
Grandstand at Liberty Hall. I'm going to
Yeah.
go. It was, as much as I love the late fees, I was not inspired by their performance on Sunday night. I'm going to go with Grandstand to get their second win of the season.
Just looking at last year's results there, on Liberty Hall late fees, they beat Grandstand in Week 8, and that was their second win of the season.
What was the score?
I don't have the score. Sorry about that. So I only know is in Week 8, Grandstand won. So either Liberty Hall or Grandstand could get their second win of the season. Oh my goodness. You know what? I feel nice. Grandstand, you'll get your second win of the season. There you go.
Yeah.
That's two. That's two people.
I'm with you, man. Grandstand scored a lot of runs this week. They seem hungry.
Yeah,
to me.
they just seem hungry.
I'm going to go with
Absolutely.
Grandstand too.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I'm fuck it, Grandstand.
Ooh.
There we go.
4 for 4. That's got to be a first. No
For
offense.
Grandstand,
It might
probably
be.
so. Yeah.
I don't.
I
Yeah, it
think
probably
that might
is.
be, like,
or with the Leafy
every
Green
team.
or Leafy Greens.
Yeah, the
Grandstand,
first time they
maybe
played
not.
Leafy, I think there were some.
Yeah.
Lions East, 7 p.m. Reboot X versus Johnny's. We're all picking Johnny's, right?
Yeah, Johnny's.
Yeah, I've played both of them, and they're both solid, but I'm going to go with Johnny's.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the stat? Oh, there's a stat you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, stat of the
Stat.
week.
Thank you,
Johnny's.
stat of the Seth
week.
Sanchez.
Johnny's has
Thanks,
not
Jason.
lost
Thanks.
in rank play.
13-0.
Who's that?
They are 13-0 lifetime in rank play.
Who?
Yeah. Johnny's.
Johnny's.
They've never
They-
lost a rank play
Thanks
game.
to Seth
years
for
before
pointing that
Thank
out.
you,
So congratulations on underperforming the first half of every season.
Sandbagging. As
Just
fine.
kidding. You guys get better as every year
Good
goes
job,
on.
Tim. Good job.
All right. Lions West.
No, wait, I haven't got it. But I got to take Johnny's too, just because I feel like the kickball gods aren't going to deprive us of this Johnny's Jazz House game week 10.
All
So
right.
that has got to be a
What are you
pick 'em.
trying to say, Ben?
Yeah.
They're-
That has got to be the pick 'em, and that's got to be the spread game.
Yeah, it'll be dependent on this week's results. Lions
you
West,
say.
5 p.m. Rockets versus Leafy Greens. Ben.
Yeah, I don't. This doesn't seem fair for a 5 or for a 6 matchup. I'll have to take the Rockets.
I'm taking Rockets as well, Coot.
Yeah, the winnable games for Leafy Greens are basically done. Already lost to a Grandstand, already lost to Liberty Hall. Now they're playing on Rockets. No, they're going to continue going over. That is Leafy Greens. Rockets will win.
Yeah, I mean, after that, the performance this week by Rockets, you got to think they're going to repeat that against the
Will they
Leafy
put
Greens.
32 runs?
Yeah,
They might.
it's gonna. I think they're gonna pile it on.
You think they'll put more than 30 runs on Leafy Greens, guys?
Well, here, look, Cougar. I'll put it to you
I'd
this
say,
way.
I'd say more than 20, but I don't think they'll match what they did last week.
Yeah.
32.
I don't
So-
know if a team that nice can hate fuck kickball.
They're
They're gonna lovingly embrace kickball.
Sometimes you see the throat and you just go for it, man.
Phil playing on Wild Man. He knows how to hate fuck
No, that's true.
kickball.
That's true. It's deep down within him for sure.
Cougar, I've got counterpoint for you though, Cougar. We have had 5 forfeits, I think.
Ouch.
That's right.
Wow.
And we've had about 150 games, so that's roughly
Did we
1
let
forfeit
Solidarity
every
back in
30
the league?
games.
Yeah.
There's 36 games left. So Leafy Greens could run into a forfeit and get a win. It doesn't really matter the team.
That's true.
Yeah. Their winnable games are not over. Unless the captains start fucking paying attention to their lineups.
Have there been any
goddamn rules?
How many forfeits have we had?
I think there's 5.
And how many have been due to clerical errors?
They've all been initial. Well, they've either been that we had 1 for not having enough refs, 3 for having illegal lineups to start the game, and 1 for making illegal lineups, illegal changes during the game.
So basically, 4 have been clerical errors.
I don't know if you would call it clerical when it's not a Scribner's error. You're not just writing something in wrong. A clerical error is basically a typo.
What you did?
A typo. No, I had the same problem. A clerical error is a typo.
Okay.
Everything else is just not paying attention or not reading, not knowing the rule. And neither one of those is
0 of those in the 6s, though, right?
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, hey, so-called bottom of the league. At least they know the fucking rules.
That's right.
Whoa. You said 0 forfeits in the 6th?
Bottom of the league, top in our hearts.
I thought Rockets.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Brew Ball.
Brew Ball is Rockets.
Oh shit.
Brew Ball is Rockets. Yeah.
There goes your argument.
There goes my argument.
Week 6.
Yep. The only non-quote-unquote clerical oversight error would have been forfeit would have been channel 6, and that would be in the 1s, right?
Geezers.
Yeah. Geezers.
All right. Okay, so where are we at? Oh, Lions West, 7 p.m. Repetition. Versus Jazz House, 926.5 Massachusetts. Come on down every Tuesday. We like to drink. $2.50 almost anything. Tip your bartenders, man.
Adam, man, I love what you've done with the team, and I think you guys have made great strides from last year, last couple years. But Jazz House seems to be really tough right now, so I'm going to have to go with them. Yeah. Plus, I want a free drink at some point. Is Rick still here?
Oh, there he is. There he is. Because I'm a shill. I'm going with Jazz House.
Not only because you're a shill.
Yeah. No, there's too much young talent on that team, so I'm just going to go Jazz House.
Yeah, but repetition has the Mendoza factor. Don't underestimate the Mendoza factor.
That is very true.
Don't kick it to right field. That's all I got to say. The man is a steel trap out there.
Tommy, everything I know, including catching every ball while looking like you don't know what you're doing.
It's very true. It's very true. That's the most accurate description.
Haslam, is your center fielder, former of the homie.
He has to root against him.
Yeah,
it's a blood feud
so,
right now.
Unless he has the game of his life, which I haven't seen yet. Maybe we'll do it for repetition.
I love the shade right there. Like, unless he has game of life, which I have not seen.
I love you, Haslam, but I'm sorry. It's Jazz House. Haslam, I love you. Good luck.
Yeah.
Adam.
You as well.
Well, so Jazz House bounced us mercilessly from the tournament last year, right? And then all those kids graduated high school, and Rick had to go and find a whole new team. And so, if there's anything that we have up on them, it's a little bit of experience, hopefully. And also, I got the FBI on speed dial, so like any sort of monetary exchanging that's going on, I'm gonna be all over that.
Pass around.
I'll
notes
never
before
ever
the
in a
game.
million years pick against my own team. Repetition by 5.
Yeah. All right.
Pat, you're just putting up a sign that says either you're taking a dive or reporting you to the NCAA.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
All right. Hobbs Park, 7 p.m. Pre-game of the week, game of the week. Jackpot versus Kansas Tree Care.
You and your stupid rules, us not being able to use this as a pick'em.
Yeah.
How is this not a pick'em? It's the championship rematch.
Protocol.
Protocol.
Because Jackpot's going to get rolled? Is that what you said?
Oh, who said that?
Adam Mitchell.
Same person that said that Dan Malga sucks.
Man, I mean,
is it common knowledge that you're moving away? Is that okay if I say that? Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, speaking of forfeits, I think I might make a clerical error just so my team is forfeit, and then we can just go watch this game. Not really.
There's an easy way to do that. Just don't show up.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Zero referees, Rick. Just so you know, bring 4 guys from your team. No. Man, CJ is moving away at the end of the year and at the end of this season, and I know he's got to win this game. I don't see him losing. I'm going jackpot.
All right.
Nobody's going undefeated this year.
Coog.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I said that was the discussion question last week. Will KTC run the table throughout the whole entire regular season?
Yeah.
And unless you're Lawrence Shore Factor, the answer is no. It's just too darn hard. So yeah, I think jackpot. I think they'll win. They'll win by 2.
Okay.
First loss season for KTC.
Ben.
Yeah, they without trying to insult all the rest of the teams that play at 7, there's not a 7 o'clock matchup on any other field that even comes close to this one. So I kind of feel like there might be a big crowd here for an early Hobbs game, and I'm with Cougar. I got to see Tree Care beat Jackpot to pick them, so I'm going to go with Jackpot. I'll say by 1. I'll undercut Cougar by a run.
I will say, I love KTC. I love those dudes. I love every single one of those people on that team. I love playing against them. This is the reason why I love playing in the ones, playing against teams like KTC, playing against teams like Lawrence Shore Factory. Those are the games I fucking live for.
KTC wins the award for amazing team that's least likely to hate fuck somebody.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I love playing that team because they're just like us. They are a super talented, super competitive team who does not like to lose. So, I mean, I'm not going to pick against my team. I'm going jackpot, of course, duh. But it's going to be a really close game.
Well, you have to take them by 3 or by a half a run. Cougar and I already took 1 and 2.
I'm taking jackpot by 8. But no, yeah, I love that team. I love my team. I love jackpot, obviously. I love KTC, man. Oh, I can't wait, man. I love this. I love these type of games. So yeah. Okay, cool. Hobbs Park, 9 p.m. Game of the week. Which is not game of the week because the game of the week is at 7 p.m.
This is a real undercard. So this should be the undercards.
That's it, CJ. We're advanced forfeiting you.
Redlegs versus John Denver Experience. Ben.
This game looked a lot better when we set it on the schedule.
It did.
And frankly, so did next week's game.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a little disappointment.
Just bad timing. That's all it is.
I want Redlegs to show up in the worst way for this thing. 3-0 versus 0-3, and Redlegs really hasn't shown much to date. But I mean, you have to pick JDE here.
Yeah, you really do. They have been so impressive the first 3 weeks. So I think they're going to keep it going. JDE, Coog.
Yeah, I already said Redlegs are dead. What's the point of picking dead teams?
Woo! I love it when Cougar gets saucy.
Don't be mean, dude. Finley,
I love you, Finley and Shane and McKeever and Troy, but you guys are dead.
McKeever, me and Simon are rolling around in your truck, drinking Jameson.
You're all dead animals.
I brought the trash to the field once for James, and he gave me a beer and a koozie. That's class act right there.
Poshwash already killed, Redlegs being a wounded animal. They're dead.
All right.
They're just legs, dead legs.
Basically, what happened is the puppies urinated over the legs.
Yeah, basically what happened was Red Lion took away the prefix red in Redlegs, so they're just now legs.
And bad things
happen. And that's
happen
where
to
they
legs.
lost all their power.
Yeah, legs get sprained, legs get scraped, legs get peed on by Poshwash.
Yeah.
Goat legs.
Goat legs. Man, I kind of feel dumb saying this now, but I don't know Finley very well at all. But what I do know of him is that he is not going to let his team suck in front of the whole league. I'm going to say in the upset. I'm going Redlegs.
All right. So, with that, I guess, we will wrap this up for the most part. Just a reminder, it is Just Food July Game of the Week, so look for the Just Food table near, the food for sale and meet some of the fantastic people who help feed our community each week. They'll be doing the Kick the Can during the 7th inning stretch, so look for Jackie and friends, in the stands selling raffle tickets. $1 for a ticket, 6 tickets for $5, 12 for $10, and 25 tickets for $20. They take cash or Venmo, which is going to, what is it, KBKL? Look for KBKL.
Yeah,
on
Kaw Valley Kickball.
Kaw Valley Kickball
Yeah,
League.
at Kaw Valley Kickball.
Yes.
Thank
look
you,
for them.
Rick.
Thank
I'm
you, Rick.
in.
Oh gosh.
Just for Food offers many services for those in need in Douglas County. So you have any canned goods, boxed food, diapers, greens from your garden, slightly used kitchen items, bring them to Game of the Week on Sunday. So if you're moving and you want to get rid of some of your stuff, they will take it. No clothing, obviously. More info is found at the Just Food website, which is justfoodks, so JUSTFOODKS.org. Let's fill those barrels not with balls, but with kitchenware and food for those that are in our community who can use it.
Yeah.
Obviously, just to reiterate, this week there is going to be a special KVKL contest. So the team that donates the most this week, as judged by the Just Food volunteers, will win a free KVKL concert and pizza party, which is on Friday, August 17th, which is the Black Joe Lewis concert. That is a spectacular concert. You want to go to that.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie Becker. That was fucking
that
dynamite
is fucking
prize.
spectacular.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the Bottleneck, so if your team wins, you will have a $100 paid KVKL tab.
And drinks are cheap there.
Yes. Also, there will be a pizza party, and each one of your teammates will have a +1.
Yeah. Basically, your team +1 for everybody.
Yes, so you could bring basically, like, if you're like Space Pussy back in the day, like 70 people.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be sweet justice if Woos wins this thing, but hopefully not, because otherwise they could fill up the entire bar.
Alex, those are good old days.
Really, this is
35
not that
people,
difficult.
Alex.
If as captains you can
Megan.
convince everybody in your team to look in their
Yeah.
closet
Yeah.
and pull out all the food that they're never going to eat,
Yes,
which all of us have
exactly.
shit in there that just is going to die.
Yeah.
Anything that you look in there and you're like, yeah, I'm going to throw that away in a year and a half, grab it, throw it in a sack, and bring it to the game.
Aaron.
They can do more with money, but don't waste it.
So don't forget it's the end of July, and if you're moving and you have kitchen shit you don't want, they take kitchen supplies. They
Yes.
take
Yes.
plates,
Exactly.
dishes, silverware, all those things that you're not going to be using. They also do things for children. They do, I believe, diapers and baby food and stuff like that. So really reach out and see what kind of stuff you can bring, because they take a lot of stuff. Check their website, and don't forget you can always volunteer.
Just a reminder, no clothes. Please, no clothes. No clothes.
But if you don't bring anything, I'm going to walk up to you and be like, hey, man, you got like 18 cans of green beans in your cupboard that you're never going to fucking eat. Why didn't you bring them? And
Yeah.
then I'm going to
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
you in the face. So
All right.
don't get hit in the face by Ben. Bring food.
All right. So I think that will put a bow on this week's podcast.
Oh, wait. We have jokes for Cougar.
Oh, yeah, no
yes.
fireworks.
Cannot forget.
Also, one thing, Sacred Sword, fuck you. No fireworks.
Shame on
Also-
you.
Oh, yeah. That was bad.
They
That was
they
bad.
slayed a
Christ.
dragon. What more do
Just-
you want?
Just be glad that I ran
I
out
mean-
there instead of Subaru.
I mean, yes, I know. Sacred Sword, whenever we had a game of the week, it was definitely fireworks.
Oh, yeah, I think,
But we can't do that shit
Times
anymore.
are changing.
Times are
Yeah, we'll
changing.
get kicked out.
We can't do that anymore.
Hey, if you got a shot,
I
let's have a shot to the joke of the week real quick.
Yes, to
Oh,
Cougar's
God.
Comedy Corner.
He'll need
do
this
it.
before he reads it.
Oh,
Cougar-
yeah, I'll
Cougar's-
give you a shot.
Cougar's
Yeah,
Def
I'll give you a
Jam.
shot.
Yeah, Cougar's Def Comedy Jam.
Def Comedy Jam, you're funny. Oh,
All right.
Ooh, that was awful.
Coog.
He's not deaf, he's tone deaf.
Yeah.
Tone deaf comedy jam.
Yeah, Tone Deaf Comedy Jam. Coog, go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right, kids. What do an alcoholic and a necrophiliac have in common?
What, Cougar? What do they have in common?
They both live to crack open a cold one.
Ah, read it over again. Start all over again.
All right,
Nope,
okay.
nope.
What do an alcoholic and necrophiliac have in common?
What?
They both live to crack open a cold one.
There you go.
I've been hoping you would just fuck up reading one since we started this.
The handwriting wasn't
I
very
wish.
good.
And this has been
That-
Cougar's Comedy Corner.
No, wait, no. We got double
Wait, we got
double
a
duty.
We got a second one.
Yeah,
bonus.
Derek Davis gave us the first, and this one's from Aaron Adams. We have two
right.
contributors
Bonus
this
joke.
week.
Why?
All right.
Why?
Because this is fun.
What did one saggy boob say to the other saggy boob?
What, Cougar?
If we don't get some support, people will think we're nuts. That was good. That was good. That was good.
All right.
Now I'm blushing from the alcohol and the jokes.
All right. So I think that puts a bow on this week's podcast. So, for my former teammate, Adam, known bunter, Mitchell. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me. Loved it.
All right, Jason Cougar Huang.
I hate this comedy segment.
Ben Hutnick.
Bring food this week, or I will hate fuck you up.
I'm your host, CJ Cobra Kai. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Woo!